All right, welcome to another episode of Serious Dough. I'm your host, Ron, aka Big Six. Just wanted to drop some knowledge on y'all. Thank you for listening and watching. Just wanted to talk about how I got to my journey because a lot of people have been talking about it and asking me questions. I want to start with food labels. That's right, food labels. Do you read food labels? A lot of people don't. We just pick up stuff and take it and load it in our cart and stuff like that. And just because it says natural or organic or whatever it says on the packaging, we're more apt to say that it's good for us. I'm here to tell you, you need to do a little more research. So I just want to get into the times that what I did in order to get to the point where I am now. I started reading labels because I had high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and I went to the doctor. Like most doctors, they don't even ask you what you ate yesterday, let alone what you've been eating for the last month.
This is called, see that juicy dripping off that chicken? That's called beer can chicken. But I got a Diet Coke can in there. I'll tell you what I put in there later.
Let's try this again and see if this rib is tender. Oh yeah, there you go. I think they're done. They may ask you, do you smoke or drink? Which those are bad too, right? But what about the food? What about the red dye, the yellow dye, all those other things that are in food? Arsenic laced chicken. Look that up. Or chlorine, using chlorine to clean the chicken. Hormone treated beef. All these things, artificial food dyes. A lot of things that we eat here in America are banned in other countries. So what my goal is for you today is, first we're going to talk about nutrition labels. Do you know how to read the nutrition label? Because I definitely didn't know what was going on with the nutrition label. Let me jump into the nutrition label. So everybody gets it and they be like, oh, at the top it says 280 calories. That's not bad. Is it? Is it really not bad? Think about the calories. Where are the calories coming from? Like, what are the calories for? I looked at a food label the other day and it was 280 calories on there. And I didn't understand the percentage at first when I first started. That percentage on the food label where it says like 12%, 23%, whatever percentage it is, that's the percentage of your daily value. Out of 100, that'll hold, just say hypothetically something says sodium, 37%. So out of your 100% of the food daily value, you're getting 37% of the salt that they recommend you should have in that one product. Wrap your brain around that. I know a lot of people like, I don't care about reading labels and stuff like that. But you do care when your back hurts, your feet swollen, you can barely move, you have headaches, you may develop some other adverse reaction to something, but guess what? It's not the food, right? It's not the food. So what I wanted to say is when something based on, and where I'm getting this information from is the FDA.gov, and based on the chart that they have on here, 5% or less, when it says in that daily value column, which is on the right-hand side, that's low, okay? 20% or more is high. So if something has 20% or more of your daily value, that's pretty high. So you need to think about that. But also, too, is something I focus on that lower my cholesterol. I don't take cholesterol medication anymore. I don't take blood pressure medicine anymore. But what I did was I looked at that salt content, that sodium content. What if it says 37% and 850 milligrams of sodium? Should you still eat it? I don't know. That's a good thought. That's a good question. I think that you got to make your own decisions, but knowing how to read these labels is the best thing. So also on this right here, the nutrition factor, like what nutrition it has in it. Everybody wants protein. I want protein. I need protein. Do you really? Have you got your blood work done? Like that's something I do recommend if you're going to do this weight loss and lose weight and stuff like that. Go to your doctor and get blood work done so you can get a baseline of where your nutrition levels are. your vitamin levels or your blood count and all that stuff. I'm not a doctor, nurse, or don't plan on being anything in the medical field. I'm just someone that's giving you my experiences on how I did it. So yeah, nutrition factors. But sometimes I look at nutrition and you see the sugar content, 6 grams of sugar. 1 gram of sugar is a teaspoon. So if you got 6 grams of sugar, that's 6 teaspoons of sugar. So do you really need that much sugar? Is it well worth it? And also too, when it says serving size, I didn't know this, but the serving size, it is not a recommendation of how much you should eat or drink. The serving size reflects the amount that people typically eat or drink. Typically. So typically, do you eat a whole bag of chips in one setting? If you do, I have too in the past. So you got to think about those things. Don't go by the serving size. Go by how you feel. Okay. They added some other stuff on here like potassium, your iron levels on there as well, on some of the food facts on there. But I think the best way to get those is through a natural food, but that's something else we can talk about later. The other thing I want to hit on is something that's near and dear to my heart is food that is banned in other countries, but we tear it up here in America, right? And some of the things that I could not wrap my brain around it, but one of the top things that a lot of people drink is Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is banned in a lot of countries, so you got to think about that. Why is Mountain Dew banned in a lot of countries? Skittles are banned in other countries. Instant potatoes, processed bread, milk with certain growth hormones. And then certain cereals. I mean, I seen a cereal that was, I don't even know what it was called, but those frozen, snow cones you get, like the ones that, hit and they pour out the snow, they got a cereal with that flavor. So think about it. If it tastes that good, is it good for you? You have to make that decision. I can't help you make that decision. So the key things to this takeaway of this is you got to read the label, the nutrition factor. You got to know what the daily value is, okay? And how much you're taking in. And also, too, you got to know the serving size it's a recommendation. It's you decide your serving size of what you want to eat and what you think you should eat. And then also the foods that are banned in America, banned in other countries, but not in America, is something amazing to me. That to me, that's really, that takes me back, because that goes to show that, we will eat just about anything here in America. That says a lot about us. I was going to hit on one thing. A lot of people like cheese, right? So I'm going to leave you with this. Get your cheese that you're getting, or whatever cheese it may be, sliced cheese or whatever like that. Most people like that sliced cheese, right? Read the label. Kraft has Kraft singles. I don't even think it says cheese on the package. So I don't know if that's cheese or not. So see if your cheese is really cheese. And also see if you can do the milk challenge. Do the dairy challenge. That's something that can help you in the long run. This is another episode of Serious Though. I want to thank you for listening and keep on subscribing.